Today's video is going to be first of two videos. I'm going to share two very important experiences that happened to me that taught me very important lessons. So the first one will be the first experience. Watch out for the second video that's coming up immediately after this, where I share the second experience. Trust me, it's going to help you. Let's not waste time. The first one is this. Sometime around, I think 2012, 2013, while I was still in the University of Jos, we were traveling for my very close friend's elder sister's wedding in Pangshin. So we were leaving Jos for Pangshin, and we were leaving quite late because as at the time everybody finished, it was late. So we left around 7 p.m. then, and I was driving a Peugeot 406. So because I had never driven to Pangshin and I was unfamiliar with the road, my friend whose sister was getting married was the one driving. Then sometime around that kind, 8 to 9. For those that are familiar with Jos, immediately after NYSC, as you'll be going to Mango, there was a popular pothole there, and my friend somehow entered into it. As he entered into it, the two tires on that side got punctured, the front tire and the back tire on the same side, and we have only one spare tire. That's around that kind to 9. Although his elder brother was driving behind us about half an hour to an hour behind us, he had a Toyota Camry. The wheel for a Toyota Camry is different from that of a Peugeot 406, so there was no way he could give us his own spare tire. And 406 is not something that many people used to drive then. We were carrying very important stuffs, and we had two ladies in the car, and that place is notorious for armed robbery. There was nothing we could do. We were stuck. We were thinking about how we will be able to get a tire that's going to bring us out of there early enough for us not to be robbed too. And we have two ladies with us, so if we were guys, we'll be a bit less concerned. So what we did is that as he came and couldn't help us with the tire, we just gave him the ladies to go with, and we decided to stay back. Then we were trying to call the people in Mango. There was one of our friends then that was in Mango. It wasn't picking initially, and we were in this very impossible situation. What are we going to do? Because the only option is if my friend's elder brother carried the tires there, it was late. There was no vulcanizer that could fix them. That means that the best shot we have is a vulcanizer fixing them and then he bringing it back to the place. But that time that it would take for him to do that, are we safe to be there? So it was a very, very impossible situation. But then at that point in time, I just knew that so far as I survived this, it's going to be past tense. But somehow I was going to come out of it. So no matter how impossible it is, one day it's going to turn to story. That's the first thing to note. Eventually, our friend in Mango picked, and what he did is that he had to go look for a vulcanizer that agreed to come out and help us. And then luckily he knew someone that had a Peugeot, so he borrowed one of his tires. And then that's our friend's elder brother went to drop the two punctured tires in Mango with the vulcanizer, and then brought the other spare tire for us while the vulcanizer was working on our two punctured tires. So we put the spare tire and the one that his friend brought for us and drove to Mango. By the time we went there, he had finished them all, so we put them and just moved to Pangshin seamlessly. But at that time, it really looked impossible. Thank God for the miracles that happened all the way. So first lesson, as I said earlier, is that it doesn't matter how impossible your current situation is. So far as you're hanging there and somehow a strategy comes up for you to come out of it, you come out of it. It's now over 10 years. In fact, 2012 now, as at the time of shooting this video, is 2026. So it's nearly 14 years after that. So just hang in there. I have dropped info. Do whatever you want to do with it.